Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have a white box here, and you'll see that it comes in this outer shell. Now this is a Montblanc pen, and I'll remove the box here and you'll see what this pen is. This is the Montblanc, and this is the Meisterstück Le Petit Prince Special Edition. Now, I wasn't looking for this pen, but I was actually on a pen buying hiatus. I had gone nearly half a month into 2024 without buying a pen, and then I was in a lot of pain with my back, and I called up a friend. Let's call him Tony. And although he was giving me some good advice about chiropractors because he's had a lot of adjustments, he also said, you know what, the best thing you can do is buy a pen to fix your back. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying a pen. And this is essentially what happened. He showed me this link, showed me that this was an awesome note, an insane price, and I ended up buying it. So I picked this one up from Roy at Izod's. Although it's second hand, it's brand new. It's what I guess a lot of retailers will call NOS, new old stock. It's never been inked. I have now inked it up, but it comes in this beautiful box. Now this is not the cheapest edition of the Montblanc Aviator, Le Petit Prince. From Antoine de Saint-Exupéry estate, but it's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive. So I think let's remove it from the box or outer box, and you'll see here it comes in this Montblanc square box. And if I open the lid, you'll see here it says Montblanc, and you've got the lovely Aviator sitting here inside. Now if I remove the lid there, you'll also have the booklet as well, and this just goes through the information about the poet. He was also a pilot, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and the Little Prince story, and you've got it in multiple languages here. Now you can see the various types of versions of the pen here, and I've got the platinum one with leather. It also does come, as always, with a Montblanc service guide. You can see here, and it's not actually stamped, so I don't know originally where this pen was purchased from. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't really matter to me. All that matters is I've got this lovely pen in my collection now. So I think let's remove the pen. Now, I didn't really know this pen existed in this format of version until really recently. But this is essentially a Montblanc. It's a 146 style, as most of the writer's editions are. It's a platinum 146, the Douai version, and it's a solitaire. So the Douai is normally, I believe, sort of two materials being used. The solitaire is normally the silver version or metal version. Now, I'm not a Montblanc expert, so I might have got some of that wrong. But you get the Montblanc star there. In terms of the top of the pen there, you can see in French there a phrase, and you can see this beautiful yellow star, and this yellow star really signifies that the Little Prince, or Le Petit Prince, tells the pilot he's always will be able to hear his laughter if he looks at the stars. Now, the leather cap here, you've got an Aviator aeroplane there. You've got a load of stitching going on, and then on the other side here you also have the planet, because the Le Petit Prince has actually come from another planet. You also have, it says Montblanc on the cap band, Meisterstück, and this is a platinum version. So all of it, you'll actually see here on the cap, a lot of this is the details here. If I zoom out a little bit, there is all of the sand dunes, and so is all of this engraving on the body here, which is platinum plated, I believe. So this is quite beautiful. It is a heavy pen. It's not a lightweight pen. I'm not normally into Montblancs, and certainly not into 146s. I do have a double broad, standard black resin 146. I do have an extra fine or a fine 149 in black resin. I prefer the 149 over the 146, but I'd have to say that this is a really nice size in my hand. You can't post the cap. It's not designed to be to do so, and that doesn't bother me. I do find it's a decent size, although I do find that the sections on Montblancs are always a little bit on the short side. You do have this very beautiful nib there that you can see the engravings on of the Le Petit Prince, and that it's a very beautiful pen. It is a piston filling pen as well. It's got some heft to it. I really like this, and this was a pen that really wasn't on my radar, and I wasn't interested in buying it until I actually seen it, and I saw this, and that person by the name, let's call him Tony, started sending me some photos, comparisons of this pen versus a few of his other pens, his Viscontis and other pens, and at that point I realized this was actually a fairly decent size, and this would be a pen that would work for me. And Roy had this at Izod's on what was a pretty good price, to be honest, from what I've seen them selling online for. But Roy also did do me another favour and gave me quite a bit more discount off the price. So I'm very glad that I messaged Roy when I did, even though I was on a pen buying hiatus and I didn't want to buy a pen. Sometimes you just got to rock and roll, and if a pen comes available and it's a pen that you like and a pen that you want and it's a good price, sometimes you just have to bite your lip, bite your tongue, and just buy that pen, because if you don't, it's going to sell quite quickly. There was another Montblanc that I was also looking at after I purchased this one, again from Roy at Izod's. And that sold very quickly, within, I think, a couple of hours of him sending out the newsletter over email, which is a shame, because I would have actually probably bought that pen as well. But it's great that Roy was able to sell that pen. Not so great that it didn't come into my collection, but look, I've got a really nice pen here, and I didn't want to be buying another pen on top of that. But this is a really, really nice, beautiful pen. It's a work of art. I have to say, I'm starting to warm up a little bit more to Montblanc Writer's Editions, but I do still think that they are overpriced in what they are, but they are very nice pens and they're very well built. I do have some concerns about the leather. It is a hard leather, and it is coated as well. I think it's going to be protected, but I do wonder, like, you have stitching here on this leather, and I wonder over time, is that stitching, because it's very fine, is that going to snag and cut? And is this really going to start sort of unraveling? I don't know. But we'll see. I don't throw my pens around. I do treat them with love and respect. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. And I'm not going to... even if I get ink over my fingers, it's typically not going to get over my caps. So from that perspective, I don't think, again, it's going to be an issue. But this is a very nice pen. I think with that, let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison. And then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking about 145, 146 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we're looking about 70 millimeters. So that is quite a longer cap than I think a lot of pens have. And then we will try and do a measurement here from the tip of the nib or tip of the tines. We're looking at about 120, I want to say 126 millimeters in length. So not quite on the oversize of pen, but you can see in the size of my hand though that this is a fairly decent size. If you were to hold them up on the threads, yes, it's going to get a little bit shorter. And if you were to hold it up on the body, to be honest, I don't know anybody that would hold the pen up here on the body, but it's possible. But I think most of us are going to be holding it down here on the section or maybe on the threads there. The threads are maybe, they're not sharp, but they are very pronounced. So you are going to feel those threads if you were to hold it up a little bit higher. I think with that, let's do a weight check. Now, the full weight of the pen, and this is inked up, we are looking at over 65 grams in weight. And I'll just do that check again, just to make sure. Yeah, 65 grams exactly. The weight of the cap, which is metal, although it's got leather wrapped, you're looking at just over 18.5 grams in weight. And the weight of the body, if I can stop it from rolling, we're looking at just over 46.5 grams in weight. So this is a weighty pen for sure. But for me, I like weighty pens. I don't have an issue with longer pens or weighty pens. So for me, this is actually quite a nice size. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have an Aviator Magna Classic in the chased amber pearl. We have a Noto, and this is the Great Roof Metallic Edition. We have a Mr. Cypress Maple in the Forest. We have a Montblanc 146 with a double broad nib. We have a Montblanc Brothers Grimm. We have the Montblanc Le Petit Prince Aviator. We have a Montblanc 149. We have a Mr. Cypress, and this is a Kawari Nuri Deep Light 1. Another Mr. Cypress Kawari Nuri Deep Light 3. And we have a Benu Talisman Tiger's Eye. But you can see that although this is a 146 size shape, it is much longer and girthier than a standard 146. And I would say is almost in the 149 realm, although it has a 146 size nib. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Montblanc. And it is the Le Petit Prince. And it is the Aviator, but it's also the Douai or Platinum Solitaire. It's a medium and it's an 18 cat gold nib. Now the ink in here is KWZ and it's Nuki Brown. And this is a UK pen show exclusive here that I have in terms of ink. Now if I do a line width comparison, there's a slight skip there. If I do a little bit more pressure, you can see there though that there is mostly no hard starts or skips. There was a slight one there, but there you can see there's no more hard starts or skips. I think this was the way I was holding the pen or the nib. In terms of ink swatch, in terms of wetness, this is quite a wet pen. It's not a fire hose pen, but it's still quite nice. I think the ink pairing I've got in here actually works quite well. What do I like? What do I not like about this pen? Well, I do like that the pen is about a 149 size. I do like that it's a heavy pen, that it's got all of this metal on it. It's got a metal piston filling knob. You've also got this brown leather wrapping around the cap. It's a perfect size for me. Perfect weight, I would say, as well. What do I dislike about it? Well, with all Montblancs and certainly more the writer's editions is the price, and this retails for about $2,100 US at the moment. It is a sold out edition, and that translates to about £1,600. And would I buy this pen for £1,600? I bought this for a lot less. I bought this for it was in the 800 range from Roya Izod. Now, would I have bought this at £1,600? Probably not. I think I would have wanted to have felt the pen in my hand first and checked it out in person before laying down that money. That said, I'm really glad that I did buy it, because this is a really good pen and I really do like it. It's a pen that I'm going to be writing with a lot. And I'm not a Montblanc fan, but this is a really good work of art for Montblanc. So I take my hat off to Montblanc, because this is a beautiful pen. Very glad I've added it to my collection, and yes, I will write with this a lot. So I think this is a nice pen. So there you have it. That's my unboxing and review of the Montblanc Le Petit Prince Aviator Douai Platinum Solitaire in a medium 18-karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye-bye.